All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Debate of the century. The one question we have been asking for generations. No, boneless hasn't been around for generations. But
A couple.
couple. Boneless or bone
In.
wings. Yeah, bone
They call it
in.
bone in.
Yeah, yeah. Bone in.
I don't eat a lot of wings, to be honest. I've I just got that. I don't know. I don't eat a whole lot of wings, but I've had both kinds, and I think I probably prefer bone in.
Bone in.
I think so.
Boning.
Yeah, I like boning better than bone than lack of bone.
I like to have bone than to
Yeah,
have lack of bone.
it feels more real. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've probably had bone in wings like 3 or 4 times. I don't think you're on. What?
Are you on? Did you turn your mic on? Yeah, it's on. Talking to it.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good. But what were you saying?
Have you tried boneless wings though?
Yeah, like a couple times.
Couple times.
Yeah,
You
like a
prefer
couple times for
bone-in.
each. I don't. This is off my very lack of experience.
I don't eat.
But
I
I
don't
just.
eat wings, so
Yeah, me neither.
yeah. So, but I prefer
But I think
boneless.
boneless.
I prefer boneless.
I get why people would like them, so you don't have to eat around the bone.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
it's definitely way easier.
Yeah,
which
you
is
just take a
why
bite.
You know
But
they
what
were
I do?
invented.
I cut them in 4.
What, like nuggets?
Yeah, like the bone. I mean the boneless wing.
Yeah.
And I cut
but
it
they're
into
already
4s.
nugget size.
Yeah, I'm like confused.
I was just like cutting
Why
my
make it
food in-
smaller?
I like cutting my food into pieces.
Even pizza.
Yeah,
Mm,
if I
pizza.
can.
That's
Damn.
weird.
What's up?
Was it?
We like boneless or bone-in wings?
That-
Boneless.
Bone in.
Bone in.
See?
Okay, but me and Danny could have a debate right now, and she'll say boneless.
Anyways. I don't know. I like bone wings. I like bone
Yeah,
in. I
when
like
we
bone
were-
in wings.
I don't. Yeah, I. Here's the thing. Boneless wings had to be like invented.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
We
They-
didn't invent bone-in wings. We just
They-
cooked them, and that's
yeah.
how they came.
We just chopped up
Yeah.
like
So
chicken.
I guess this is just my skepticism towards the fucking food industry. But I'm more obsessed with boneless wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, I don't like boneless wings. Like, I just like bone in wings because, like, one, you got to think about it. Like, okay, I don't want to compare like us to dogs, but like, you know how they had to make like those fucking dog food bowls because dogs would eat too fast and then they became fucking obese.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense.
It's
I
like a
didn't know that.
natural one of those. You know, like
Okay.
you have to work for your fucking food. If you make it all like super easy and like
Oh
accessible,
yeah.
people are just gonna fucking inhale that shit. You know?
What's the difference between boneless wings and just nuggets? I really don't get it.
I don't. There's.
Nuggets is more of like ground up chicken. So it's like
But so is boneless wings. I would think.
No,
Is
it's
that what
not.
boneless wings are?
boneless wings is like you chop like a piece of chicken off, and then that's it. Like then you cook it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just chopped up pieces. Like not chopped up, but like
Breast.
So more like
Yeah,
a,
breast
more like a
is-
tender then.
Breast
yeah.
assist.
It's more of like a tender. You
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
That's like
So I guess I'll say that
Tenders or nuggets.
oh my
tenders are
fucking
no.
God.
I don't know.
Are we just gonna debate about food? This
Yeah,
whole
why not?
podcast?
I will say though, the boneless wings that I've had, I've enjoyed not having to like eat around the bone because that's it's technically literally an inconvenience like to do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can
'Cause you get
appreciate the
messy.
inconvenience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's messy.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes I
At
get to
last
appreciate
week-
the
It's just more
messiness.
satisfying to have like a good
Sometimes,
a
yeah.
good wing of meals and then just have that stack of bones just sitting on your plate afterwards.
You can make a little
I did that.
whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I fucked that shit up. That was me. That was all
I
me.
boned those wings so
Oh my
hard.
God.
I deboned all of those fucking wings. I just inhaled the bones.
Last
like-
week while we were eating, he was like gobbling them because we got 10 for both of us. He was
Yeah.
gobbling them. And I was
Boneless
over
or
here-
bone in?
Bone
Oh,
in
okay.
because he wanted bone in. And I was like, okay, we could get bone in, you know.
And then her friend and her boyfriend got fucking boneless. And then
Well,
was just-
she got boneless and he got
told them, "Get the
tenders.
fuck
Oh,
out of
yeah,
my
that's right.
house."
And what I
Tenders.
was doing is
It's not a very manly thing.
I was
Get 'em
holding the
tenders.
wing and with my fork I was peeling it off.
Yeah,
You were peeling off what?
the chicken. Like
Wait, what?
so whenever you like take you're holding like the wing, right? And you take
Yeah.
the fork, you just like kind of just stab it like into the base of the bone, and then you just kind of like peel the chicken meat off the bone, like with.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
can do
Yeah.
that.
And then she would eat it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will give him like I wouldn't touch the bone.
Yeah.
because-
You just use a fork.
Yeah, she would
Yeah.
give me the
Okay.
bone, which had a lot of fucking meat.
Yeah,
still
because
on
you
it.
can't get it with a fork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just gobbled that shit. That shit was clean, like a plate. Like you could use the bones as
My
plates.
tongue game on those bones though.
Swear to fucking God.
Ridiculous.
Oh
Hey,
my god.
now you're gonna appreciate bone-in wings.
What's
Sorry,
else,
that was too dirty.
What the fuck?
I don't really. I know
We'll
there's like
just-
a lot
we'll
of
just cut
different
that out.
flavors of wings, but I really only ever get like barbecue. I don't like
Ugh.
buffalo. Garlic parmesan is just kind of tasteless.
Barbecue?
Barbecues is like if barbecue's more of like if I'm doing like a cookout like with my family or some shit, you know. But if I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I
Barbecue
expect
and blue cheese.
spicy.
It's
Spicy.
good.
Yes, I want spicy.
Oh man.
Barbecue
like
and blue
mild.
cheese.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's good.
I
Actually,
not-
I think it was honey barbecue
Ranch.
and blue cheese.
honey barbecue. I
Honey
don't know.
barbecue.
I
Oh
like-
yeah, that's what Danny got. I think honey barbecue.
honey barbecue.
Yeah.
Honey barbecue's good.
Yeah.
I think it was honey
I think
barbecue.
I should. In my opinion, it's just barbecue, but like way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Barbecue's
basically
nasty.
just barbecue, but like honey.
Yeah.
With honey.
Literally, it just makes it sweeter,
Yeah, yeah.
but
yeah.
which makes it superior to regular barbecue.
Yeah. Speaking of honey, you ever tried like peanut
Now
butter
for
and
today's
honey
sponsor.
sandwiches?
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of honey.
Mountain Ridge Honey.
Yeah. No.
Just
no.
kidding, they're not a sponsor. I think that is
No.
a brand though.
Yeah,
No,
it
the
is.
app. I think he was talking
It's
about the app.
Oh,
That-
Yeah.
there's an app.
The classic like YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it
every
gives you
u-
discounts.
It's like one of the top.
Oh.
sponsors.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
like,
use
it's
the
like,
Capital One one.
Speaking of,
Not a sponsor.
speaking of honey, did you know that you?
Oh,
can
that's
save
the one
lots
that
of
Mr.
prices?
Beast does. I
Yeah.
just saw that. I was
Yeah.
like, he like walked into a room with his mom. He was like, and she didn't know what honey was because she's supposed to be the old timey person who doesn't know shit about technology. And she was like, "No, what's honey?" And he looked at the camera just like, "Don't do this, kids." I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Don't act like my fucking
Yeah,
mom over here.
you piece of
Fucking-
shit. Ha ha ha. Just like looks into the.
You don't want to be like this.
Yeah. You don't want to be as disgusting as this human
Mhm.
being is. But no, was it you guys ever tried honey and peanut butter sandwiches?
Oh.
Bro.
A couple
Oh my
times.
God.
Tell you what.
But I'm not a huge.
One of my favorite sandwiches. I haven't made one in a while, but peanut butter, banana slices, and honey.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Banana makes it
Bomb.
better.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Banana makes anything better. Okay. Let me tell you what I grew up on.
Okay.
I grew up on, was it Honey Bunches of Oats with
Okay.
peanut butter
Inside
in the cereal,
Oh.
yes, and
Huh?
peanut butter slices with the cereal.
slices.
Yes, I would take or not peanut butter slices,
I was
banana
like, how do you get a
slices.
slice of peanut
You
You like-
fucking jar.
You
like,
take the whole thing. No, you just scoop it out of the jar and like put it on a cutting board and just start slicing it up. Honestly, that'd be kind of nice though if you could slice it. Ooh,
Some, like,
what if they
peanut
made?
butter
Ooh.
What if they made it sandwich shaped? The peanut butter was already sandwich shaped, so all I'd have to do is cut a slice of the peanut butter and just like stick it on the sandwich.
Swear to God. That I don't know. That would be too much peanut butter.
That's-
I don't like that.
What? What do you mean
The
too much?
consistency
I don't
for
like-
that would be so whack.
Probably.
Look, here's why I
Some
like
people
peanut
like it, though.
butter in my cereal.
Peanut
Because
butter's
the milk
nasty.
hydrates the peanut butter. Because you know how like you eat like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, the jelly is there to like kind of give it like more of like a moistness, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're eating peanut butter, you're like
Ugh.
that shit's
Yeah, I
just
know
like
what you mean.
you know, like that's
Yeah.
what the milk is there for. So you put
Uh-huh.
you put the peanut butter in the milk, and it kind of like moistens up like the peanut butter, and then you put the banana slices in there for sweetness. and then you got the honey bunches of oats, and you're just like,
I don't think I've had honey bunches of oats like once.
really?
Yeah,
Dude, it's
it's
my
a
favorite
weird. I
fucking
feel like
cereal.
it's weird because I feel like it's a cereal I would have had a lot by now, but I just
We
haven't.
didn't really
Alright.
grow up on the same
Yeah.
cereals most people did.
You ever had bananas and milk? It's just like a bowl of milk, and then you put like bananas in it.
What?
We had
Yes.
cornflakes
Yeah,
with
we
banana
used to
and milk.
mash the
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah, yeah, we would mash the bananas. That's right.
Yeah. Was it? Let
then
me
you,
just
like,
tell
eat it
you,
with a
we didn't have the
spoon.
money for Frosted Flakes, but we did have the money for cornflakes.
Are they cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's because they
But
have like no
sugar.
sugaring in it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So
And
Yeah,
wait,
but
would you put
sugar.
sugar in
Add the
it?
sugar
my dad would
yourself.
just
Oh,
be
no.
like, "Look, if you want Frosted Flakes,
That's
just take
such a
the sugar."
terrible.
And
That's
just
a
idea.
Mexican thing.
Yeah.
It's a Mexican thing.
I
It's
feel
such a
that was
bad
thing
idea to
just a
teach
lot of little
children.
kids did, just like if our cereal wasn't sweet enough, they just add sugar.
No,
Uh-huh.
it's not that it wasn't sweet enough. It's cornflakes. It has no fucking sugar. So
yeah, that's the corn. That's
so-
the thing.
so we would like be like, "Well, we want Frosted
It's
Flakes."
I feel like okay. Well, I'll ask you this: did you ever put in like way too much sugar? Because I
Yes.
feel like yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that would happen.
That's what fucking happened.
if you're a
to me
kid,
all
you'd
the
be too like,
time.
ooh, I could get more though.
Yeah,
Just
I
keep
would
going.
put too much fucking sugar, and then like by the end of my like that was actually my favorite part as a kid because you know kids are fucking addicted to sugar. That was my
Yeah.
favorite part of the cereal. Was like at the end of my cornflakes, I would get to fucking like ingest a big like glob of like wet sugar, and I'm just like, like as a kid, yeah.
I had there was a
Delicious.
while where mom would make us like oatmeal a lot of mornings,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it got to the point where she had to like monitor me because I would heat brown sugar in there, bro.
He did.
The oatmeal would
when the
turn. The oatmeal
oatmeal-
would turn like dark
Yeah.
brown.
What the
I put so much sugar in there.
Yeah, I was just like, dude,
Oatmeal
that
and
was
honey?
gross.
On the same topic,
I think I've had it before.
oatmeal with banana slices.
Oh, so good.
I haven't tried that.
Really?
I haven't tried
Raisins.
That. I probably
Ooh, raisins
should.
are
It
really
sounds
good in there too.
It's so
Oatmeal
my
with
God.
apples.
What?
No?
That sounds weird.
Oatmeal with apples.
I feel like
Yeah.
apples are just too dry.
That'd be
I know the
strange
apple and
'cause to
cinnamon
me-
oatmeal.
To me,
flavor.
apples like really almost dry out my mouth when I eat them.
I feel like
Really?
I feel like if you
Yeah.
had like little bits of apple. that'd
Yeah,
be
like
good.
little,
but like
chopped
but like
up.
if
Maybe
it was,
apple
like, too
pieces.
big, that'd just be weird.
like with no skin, probably.
No, I wouldn't mind the
No.
skin.
no, if you just like minced up some apple, the skin could be on too.
Oh, okay.
I mean that's like the apples and cinnamon like
Yeah.
dry oatmeal packets like they all come with like the little chunks of apple in there.
Which I'm not a huge fan of.
glad you brought those up. My favorite one as a kid: strawberries and cream.
Oh wait, I have had that one, and I don't really
What's
like it
that?
that much.
What? It was just so
It's
fucking
okay.
sweet. I loved it.
I always
Strawberries and
get the
cream what?
bananas and cream.
Strawberries
Yeah,
and
the
cream
banana
oatmeal.
one's pretty good.
Mm-mm.
It was
There's
very sweet.
it's
I just like plain
exactly it's
oatmeal.
too sweet and it's too artificially sweet. Or that
Oh,
I
that's good.
taste artificial sweetness like to the max in that, and I don't like artificial flavored like strawberry.
I've never been a fan of like I like strawberry flavored stuff, but I've never been a fan of strawberries.
Huh?
Honestly,
I'll
Like,
put strawberries in.
flavored stuff is
Actually, yeah.
dope, but
If I put strawberries in the oatmeal, the strawberries it's so good though.
Oh yeah.
The strawberries, yeah. If I just put regular strawberries in it too,
Yeah.
it really helps
has it has like those fake artificial like strawberry
Yeah,
slices.
which I don't
those
like.
I
like
don't.
Special
freeze
K?
dried ones or something.
I liked Special K. I've
like
only had the
Special K.
original.
I don't
think.
I don't
No,
like
I've
the
had
strawberries.
I've had the strawberry one and I did not like it. It was too much.
I picked the
The
strawberries
I didn't
out.
like the strawberries. They were like very.
It was
They're
way too
very-
much.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it was. I
I'll
just
just
ate one
eat
and
the
I was
plain
just like,
cereal.
whoa.
They
You know what I
tasted
mean?
fake.
Yeah,
Because
they
they
tasted.
are fake. Well, they
It's.
taste
I
fake.
think they're just dried fruit. Maybe that's just how it tastes. But I've had other dried fruit before and it wasn't.
And it
Because I just
doesn't-
remember eating them and just being like, wow, like so much is in
It's
my mouth. And it's
sour.
way. Yeah.
Yes.
It is kind of sour.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I take the strawberries and just eat them regulars.
Yeah. That's what I would do, but then it'd just be a waste.
Have you guys been talking about food this entire time?
Yeah, basically.
Well, yeah, we started off asking about wings.
Yeah. So what my family does is that after we eat, like dessert, we usually don't have desserts, right? But there's a thing where my mom would do is like get a Mexican like bread, bolillo, and she'll cut it in half. She'll spread butter on it and
Ooh.
sprinkle sugar on it and then cook it on the stove
That does
until
sound
it
pretty
gets
good.
until it gets
Wait,
toasted.
it's Mexican bread?
Yeah, it's bolillo.
What is that?
It's
It's kind of like
I don't know.
Isn't it kind of like cornbread?
You can't
What's
can't
cornbread?
no,
Oh.
no. It can't. It's
Because I've
the
seen it.
flavor wise, I would kind of say it resembles like a little bit of like French bread, like
Okay.
like the big loaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
like how they're like all kind of like soft on the inside,
So this is
but like you still get the
Walmart
crunch.
sells them like the small ones, but you have to get the
It's called
authentic
Mexican
one.
bread. Oh
Yeah.
wait, what is it called?
That I don't know what's called.
Bolio.
Bolillo.
Bolio.
But you have to
Mm.
get like the actual authentic one from like the actual Mexican bakery.
What does that look like?
Oh, they actually have
Huh.
one.
Interesting.
They have one down the street from Walmart.
A Mexican bread place.
Yeah, a bakery.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
there's
You know how you're driving down the
teleras.
road going towards the bowling alley?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
it's to
That's
your
a
right.
market.
Like that market.
Yeah, but
place
it
area?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's got a
I think
bakery
I
at
know
the
what
end of
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom ordered cupcakes from there.
Oh, La Azteca.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Azteca?
okay.
Azteca.
Azteca.
No,
Azteca.
Aztec.
So it's
Azteca.
Aztec, but
Oh, Azteca.
Yeah.
Azteca.
La Azteca.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Azteca.
Azteca.
It's family owned
That's fun.
there.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like it. It was really nice. Which one did we see with a fucking fly in the bread?
That was the one over there in Antioch, but the bread is really good over there.
Yeah, the bread's really fucking good.
It's
but
Bomb,
The
but
flies.
they
season
have
it.
they have shelves like that have like not glass doors. It's like kind of like the wooden edges with like a glass panel like in the middle for you to like see through and like see the bread,
Okay.
And on the inside of it, like with the bread, is a fucking fly, and that shit was just like hopping from like shelf to shelf like all throughout. And I was like, I'm gonna get that fucking fly and I'm gonna fucking kill it. I'm like, I'm gonna save everyone in Antioch. And like I couldn't catch the fucking fly. The motherfucker's been living there for years. He knows the whole layout.
Yeah. He's way
Swear
more
to God.
advanced than you are.
But their
Yeah.
bread, I feel like that's the only actual bakery that we like getting bread from because
The flies give it flavor.
it has more flavor than other bakeries.
The fly's just
basically.
there to taste test, bro. Let him
Interesting.
do his job.
Yeah.
Dude. The fly is the chef. He's just adding like
He's
you know-
making yeah.
he's
He's got for
Mexican-
peak
Yeah.
peak quality.
Yeah.
You got to turn down the fly size and
Yeah.
put seasoning down.
he's got like a whole Ant-Man suit.
He's just like the Mexican version of Ratatouille. She's just hiding the chef, and she's just hiding inside some chef's hat, just buzzing in his ear.
Yeah.
A little more flour in there, Buzz.
What'd you say again? He's like, oh, okay.
He's about
More
to take it
fly.
out of the oven. Fly just flies in front of him, shakes one little leg, like no.
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
Too much. Damn.
It's
Oh my
not
God.
ready. Not yet. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Gualma.
Gualma.
Gualma?
Yeah.
Gualma.
That's
That's
So-
how Mexicans say
like people
Walmart.
like Mexicans from like actual Mexico. Like whenever they come over, they're like, oh, it's a
No, you know
Gualma.
there's Walmarts in
Gualmart?
Mexico, right?
There are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to one in Tijuana. There's two.
I thought they were only national. I didn't know they were international.
No, what? Dude, there's
There.
Walmarts in like most countries.
Yeah.
I know that like Walmart owns a lot of like shopping centers like in other countries, but I didn't know like they actually labeled themselves as
No,
Walmart.
there's a lot. There's like thousands and thousands of
Oh.
stores.
I didn't know that. I know McDonald's did that.
Sam Walton goes international.
Yeah.
McDonald's in Mexico is really good.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? No, you guys aren't the one to have spaghetti.
There's almost 12,000
mean?
stores.
the
I mean, that's
stomach
gotta be
is
somewhere in
growling.
Europe, right?
yeah the McDonald's in Europe has spaghetti.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like
like
that's gross.
Italy type.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be
McDonald's.
gross.
They have
don't
KFC
know,
in
man.
It
Tijuana.
was actually a big
Spaghetti
hit
from
here.
McDonald's.
I don't
A
think
lot of
it'd
people
be-
liked it here.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that hard to like, even in a McDonald's. It's not. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to just screw a pasta.
I guess Josh has that fucking microwave thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was like,
Abomination.
you ever seen like half-ass like spaghetti where it's like just the noodles and then just like a little bit of like tomato sauce like in there, like to the point where it doesn't even cover like every noodle.
I mean,
The
a
Olive
little.
Garden.
Yeah, basically.
Olive Garden's kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I mean, you're just shit talking your workplace.
I don't work there no more.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't?
I don't
Say
work.
say all you want then.
Yo, fuck Olive Garden, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly,
no.
yeah,
Olive
they
Garden.
took pizza off the menu and I was mad.
They have a. I had this one guy
I
come
wasn't even
in.
mad. I was just confused. I was like, "You're
I
an
had this
Italian
one
place."
old guy come in with his buddies, and they're like, "Do y'all have wings?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "What do you mean you guys don't have wings?" I'm like, "We only sell pasta." And it's like, "Well, like a few years ago, y'all had wings." I'm like, "Well, that was a few years ago. We only have pasta right now. Here's the menu." And he got mad at me because we didn't have wings. And he's like, "What?" And a lot of people go in there and they're like, "Do y'all have rice?" Yo, you don't know how
That's
many
weird.
times I've had.
I think they're
people
talking about
ask
like
me,
as a side.
Yes, like rice as a side. Like, what are y'all sides? I'm like, anything on the menu can be a side. They're like, but what are your sides? I'm like, broccoli can be a side, pasta can be a side, the sauces can be a side. Like literally
The fucking
anything.
air can be a side you
And
can take.
they don't understand because
Uh-huh.
they're like, what are your sides? And they're like, you have rice? I'm like, no, we don't have rice. The Mexican restaurant next door might have rice, but not us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why do you guys have rice? I'm like, we have pasta.
I
we have
don't
pasta.
know. Yeah.
I'm like, what
Why?
else do
Why
you
even
want?
ask the question? I mean, the first dude you were talking about.
Yeah.
If he's gonna be like, "Why don't you guys have this?" or something.
Like why ask that question if you know it's not gonna get anywhere?
Yeah.
You know, because you know, like if like an
Or even
employee
if it's
just tells
not,
you,
you're
like,
just
we
not
don't
going to
have it.
accept the
Oh
answer.
my God. I had
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Even if it's true, like
Yeah,
you
you're
realize
like,
it's
"You're
true later on.
lying."
Yeah, you're just never gonna
Okay.
accept it.
I had a 3-top come in, and they were asking what kind of food we have. I'm like, we have pasta, and they're like, well, do you have seafood? I'm like, no, we have pasta. I'm like, the only seafood we have is like shrimp and like scallops, and that's all, and salmon.
Some water.
She's like, well, Red Lobster has this and this. I'm like, well, this is Olive Garden, not Red Lobster. I'm like, there's a Red Lobster down the street if you want Red
So-
Lobster.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we'll go to Red Lobster instead because they have more variety. I'm like,
What the fuck?
okay, like,
Ooh.
do I care? No. I'm like, go ahead.
Just starts crying in
Red
front of them.
Lobster's
Why would
actually
you
kinda
say
trash.
that? Huh?
Like when it comes to like seafood
you know
places,
It's pretty
I've
bad.
never
Why would you
liked
say
Red
that?
Lobster.
Yeah, it's like very low tier seafood.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When we-
The one in San Diego.
Yes, in fucking California, like right beside the Ocean Bay.
Best.
Oh, it's good.
Amazing.
I thought you were
Fucking
gonna say it was
amazing
bad.
because it's
Red
fresh.
Lobster?
It's fresh.
Uh-huh.
It's fresh
Red
actual
Lobster?
seafood. Yeah, yeah, they're Red Lobster because
I mean, bro, when we went to Florida and went to Shells,
Oh my god,
that was
that place
the
was so
best fucking
good.
seafood I've ever
there,
had.
there. I think there was like
I
one
got
place.
some. I don't know what I got.
There
You
was
got
one
the-
place.
Group something? Grouper?
Yeah, I think
The
you got
grouper fish? I don't know. It was so really good.
They have an ugly
baby lobster
coyote
tail pasta.
over there by what was it? Destin, Florida. In Destin, Florida, we went there, and my dad like immediately seen the ugly coyote that they had down there, and he was like,
Ugly coyote?
"Yeah, it's a bar. I think.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a bar, and
Sounds
it's
like a bar name.
it's.
Yeah.
I think it's famous for being in a movie. I think, if I'm not
Ugly
mistaken.
I
coyote.
don't know. That
Yeah.
sounds like it would be.
Yeah, I can't remember, but my dad was like fucking flipping shit, and he was just like, dude, he was like, let's go to Ugly Coyote, and I was just like, dude, I'm fucking like 13. he was like, fuck, not you. He was like, everybody else. He was like, let's go to Ugly Coyote, and I was like, oh, well, leave me out of the fun then. Fuck,
Yeah.
damn, you know. Well,
Should have gone like this.
oh yeah.
Oh, no. Now he's actually going to do it. Yes, I saw the what is it? The signals go up too.
The gulp. The gulp.
I hate when whenever I put something like up to my throat.
Yeah, it starts to hurt.
Anyways,
Oh,
no,
that's
there was
signals.
like a one place that we went to. I think it was like called Oscar's like Oysters or some shit. I can't remember, but so fucking amazing. I got like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich there.
It's not even seafood.
No, it's not. But then we did order some oysters.
Oh, okay.
And the oysters were pretty fucking good.
I don't know if
Never
I've had
had
oysters.
oysters.
What?
I've had oyster
How do you
crackers.
eat oysters?
Me?
Yeah.
I
The
can't
hot
remember.
sauce.
I can't remember how
I put
they're
the hot
served.
sauce on it, and then I put lime on it, and then like I just eat
You
it.
put lime.
That's
salt,
one. That's
and
one.
Wait,
where
wait,
you,
wait.
suck
You
it
put
out
the
of
you
shell,
take the
right?
oyster off a plate. You put it in your hand.
No.
No,
Well,
no,
it's-
no, with the
it's in
shell.
Yeah,
isn't
with
it?
the shell.
Oh,
The
that's right.
oyster's
I've never
still
had
in the
it.
shell.
Yeah, I
So you
forgot.
put hot sauce on it, more so like Valentina sauce,
Yeah.
and it more so gives it like a
The
like a
lime cooks
vinegary-
it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
you put the lime in there, you put the hot sauce in there, you put a little bit of salt. You down that shit, and you're good to go.
You chew it like 1 or 2 times and then.
No, I
you
just
go
swallow
with-
it.
What?
That's weird. I chew it like 1 or 2 times and then swallow it.
What,
A
you
lot-
take it like a shot?
Yeah, basically. That's how I do it.
Are you
But
supposed to do it like that?
a lot
Or
of
are you
people do
supposed
it.
to savor it?
A lot of people do it like that.
You're not supposed to because like it's.
No, a
It's
lot
not
of people.
good?
You're not supposed to chew it.
No. He's saying savor it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
like chew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not supposed to because it
Oh.
will expand. And whenever you go to swallow it, it'll expand in your throat.
Yeah,
What?
and then you can choke.
Yeah. You can
It
choke out.
expands that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I only like do 1 or 2
Jeez.
and then just swallow it.
Yeah. No, that's why I
So
just swallow
weird.
it. What the fuck?
That
Well,
is,
I-
I don't even know if I ever want to
Dude,
do that
some-
ever
some,
because
like-
of that.
Some seafood just is so strange that people actually.
Crawfish.
Crawfish?
Crawfish is.
I've seen them in the water. I've never had one.
They're good.
Really?
Yeah, they're not that bad. I like them.
I mean, I guess if you had them fried, I'm assuming.
No.
Really?
No.
Boiled.
Yeah.
Oh, boiled
It's a
crawfish.
seafood boil. And they're pretty fucking spicy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like especially like
really
when you
good.
do like
you
a
put spice on them, or they just come spicy. Is there anything that just comes spicy?
that's just like
Like an
Like
a
a meat?
creature? Yeah, a
Mm.
meat that's like already like after
Yeah,
you cook it, it's like I
fucking
don't even need spice on this.
snake like cooked in its
Yeah,
own venom or
something
some shit.
like that. Yeah, I feel like there has to be something.
Scallops.
I don't know. It would have to be something.
I'm not a
Look.
huge fan of scallops.
I
It
feel
would
like
have
reptiles-
to
I don't really like
some
shrimp.
reptiles might be like
It would have
that,
to
or
be something
amphibians.
that already has like some sort of toxin like in its like blood system.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
to
maybe-
prevent
may-
it from
Maybe
being.
if we fried like a rainforest frog or something that was like bright red.
Yeah, probably.
Are there naturally spicy animals? Yes. This is
What?
what I'm looking for.
What about calamari?
I like calamari. I do like calamari.
Okay. You pronounce it calamari?
Yeah.
Calamari.
How do you say it?
Calamari? We say calamari.
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 But there's A's.
I mean, that's
Calamari.
how.
A- is it CAU?
No, it's
No, it's
CA.
L.
CALA.
Oh, then why the fuck do we say calamari? It's
It's because at
Well,
Olive Garden, like
oh.
that's how we say
It's
it.
the Olive Garden way.
Yeah,
It's
gnocchi.
an Olive
No,
Garden
it's
thing, you
gnocchi.
wouldn't get it.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything
Oh,
because
man.
I'm not Italian, but I know Italians have their own way
Ants
of saying
ants can
own
be
stuff.
spicy.
Oh, fire ants.
Oops. Ants. Yeah. Ants. This guy posted a comment that said ants are spicy. I eat sunflower seeds by throwing a whole handful in my mouth and then working
Sunflowers are
on them one by one. One time I threw in a handful not realizing it was mostly ants. Open bag plus ant
That's-
problem equals unexpected snacks. They started
God.
crawling out of my mouth and were pretty spicy.
I think that was just
mean,
them
were they,
biting
like-
his fucking tongue.
Well, I mean, some ants don't.
Was it
Some
like
ants don't.
fire
bite.
ants or something?
I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
That'd
We
be
had
that'd be
one
hot.
time-
Full of
Fire
fire
That'd be
ants?
hot.
Our cereal was like packed with ants because
Ugh.
the kids left it open and that cereal was like at the corner of like the pantry. And,
I've
like,
never seen
Yeah, dude,
ants in
dude,
cereal.
For a
I've
long
seen
time
like
we had moths.
yeah,
we had
moths. We had a lot of
problem.
moths. in
And
the
there were-
cereal.
Our whole pantry was just everything that was like somewhat open
Ooh.
in there would just get they'd lay like grubs in there, and we'd have to like check out anything. That
oh my God! Remember
I'd
that
have to-
one?
fucking chill.
I'd have to
that one
I'd have to
video of my
save
dad
all
with the
the
wasp?
all
Did I ever
the
show you
the
that?
eggs
Yes.
for like my full cereal bowl whenever I had enough.
Huh?
Whenever I'd have to save the eggs that we'd get from the moths and like save them until I had enough for one full cereal bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was the best.
The moths.
Yeah,
Then you put a little
You have to get enough.
cobweb on top as garnish.
yeah. So
What was
good.
it? Her dad got fucking attacked by like a wasp. Was it a month ago?
Yeah, like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, like a
Make-
month and a half ago. He was
He
like
got
fucking
mugged in a back alley by
by fucking walls. They put a stinger up to his throat, and they're just like, "Give me all your shit."
Give me the garbage.
No, they just like bzz, 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 bzz. He was like, "Okay, take it easy.
Stop, please.
I have a wife and
Hey,
kids."
I got a fly friend back home. He makes good bread. Go fuck your shit up.
You don't fuck with the baker's money, man. No, but fuck was it? Oh, he was cleaning off like the front porch, and they have like this giant like fucking welcome sign like on their front porch,
Mm-hmm.
and he like turned it around and was like cleaning it or some shit, and he didn't even fucking notice that there was like a wasp nest like in the top corner of it, and like a fucking wasp like came out and started like fucking trying to attack him and shit, and he was like, oh, fuck, and like you see him on like on their doorbell camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like fucking running away. He's like, oh shit. And then he like goes inside and like you watch the video a little bit later on. He comes back out with like fucking wasp spray. He's like, like spraying me like fucking like oh shit. Like you know how like the fucking like European like sword fighters are like on guard, and, you know, like that's how the fuck he was. He's like,
Yeah, I know what you
take
mean.
this, bitch. You know, tally ho. But no, I mean, it was a fucking hilarious.
I used to be
video.
the one that went in to like go kill the wasps. Like I would normally be like
Yeah, most of our
I was
family
normally the
cannot get
designated
their wasps.
for some reason
Yeah.
that got like, all right,
We
Jason,
inherited
you
it
would
from
go
our
use the
dad.
fly swatter and kill the wasp.
No.
I was like, okay.
I just really didn't care like if a bug was there. You know,
Yeah,
like, if a
yeah.
bug was there and I'm just like, okay, it's not fucking with me.
Yeah,
like I'll leave it
exactly.
alone. And like, you know, my siblings would be like, Franky, kill it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, why? Like why? I'm like, I
Scary.
Definitely
was like, I can
depends
just
on
put it
the
in a
bug.
bowl and fucking set it outside.
Like, wasps though are like preternaturally just want to fuck you over though.
Oh,
They're just-
yeah.
They're, just
They're
little
dickheads.
assholes.
Yeah.
What is that?
I mean, they live pretty shitty lives.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Carla fucking sit down on a bench, like all sad, like I know. This is
Yeah.
like on her break.
No,
That's-
that was while I was working.
That's an emo
While
album
you were
cover
working?
right
Yeah.
Wait, you
What
weren't
the
even on
fuck?
break and you were outside?
No, that's what I was working. I was a host.
Fire ass.
I was a host. No. There,
Oliver Grant comes back was just like, we're revoking like your 2 weeks notice. You're actually
Yeah.
fired.
no, it's because
They
it
could
was
do
right
that.
after it opened up again after
Mm.
the shutdown,
Yeah.
and we couldn't have anybody inside.
Yeah, you were just doing to-go stuff.
Yeah, no. I mean that was after the to-go stuff.
Oh,
Like the dining room
okay.
opened, but the thing is nobody could be in the lobby. Everybody had to wait outside, or like we had to greet people outside.
Oh,
So that's why like I was sitting outside
Yeah.
because like anyone who comes up, I'm like, how many?
at least it wasn't too cold. Actually, no, wait, it was probably
It was
pretty
it
cold.
was in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's such like classic service industry vibes. You're just sitting, you just spend that like your whole shift just like smiling, be like, "Here's your table. Have a great rest of your day." And then you
It
just
was awful.
during break you just go outside, smoke, have a bag of cigarettes. It's like I want to fucking die right now.
And like I was sitting outside, and a girl from high school, like I never really talked to this girl. She happened to go and pick up some food, and I happened to be outside, and I didn't know until like later on my shift. I looked at my phone, and it had like a video of like she sent me a video. I'm like, I never talked to this girl before, right? So I opened it up, and it was a video of me. It was that video. And I was
Bruh.
like, she was like, you look depressed in the video. Or you look depressed while you were working, LOL. I was like, haha, send me that,
so
you know?
weird.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, I never
Ha!
really
Look at
talked
this
to the
video
girl.
I took of you sitting in my car with my shades down.
I've got
so
one,
you can
Literally.
see
I've
me.
got one of you in the bathroom last night.
You wanna see that one? You look sad
I
when
seen you sleeping last night.
you look sad when you're on the toilet.
You look so peaceful, dreaming.
But
you know,
yeah,
in your
she
bed.
sent me that video. And I'm like, I haven't talked to you since like high school. Like, what?
Yeah.
It
She, like,
was
stalks
weird.
you.
It was weird at first, but I mean, it was kind of
She
funny.
texts
because
you
I'm
like the day you quit. You're like, hey, so what happened to Olive Garden?
Literally haven't seen her
I
since
heard you
this
quit.
video.
Oh, she's been seeing a lot of you though.
I have her on my Snapchat.
Oh, really? Oh, snap.
She'll just like randomly post on her story like, Here's my friend Karla, everybody.
I think
She's-
it's her birthday.
This is her
today.
address.
It is?
Oof,
What the-
I
really?
think so. Yeah.
Who
Is
is
that-
it?
Just
Oh wait, I probably
one day
don't
you
You
know.
just
don't know
happened
her.
to end up
What's
visiting
her-
her,
what's
and
her
she has
address?
a whole
Would
photo
you guys
album
know?
I
of
don't
just
know.
you copy pasted.
You went to
pictures with her.
Smyrna? Oh, maybe.
Rebecca Hartman.
Mm, seems a little familiar.
Yeah,
Becca.
today's her birthday.
Josh would
Yeah,
probably
what a
know.
good friend. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He knew everybody.
Yeah, really? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
he was.
Yeah, he
he
was
was-
very
I
popular.
Yeah,
knew
he
he
was
was
pretty
popular
popular.
with like the Hispanic kids. I asked him. I was like, "Were you
Was he?
Hispanic?" Because like his attire, like whenever I like looked at how he dressed,
I actually was very popular too
with
when I was
Hispanic
there.
kids?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
sure.
I played a lot of soccer.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
That's right.
I would normally sit with them in the mornings,
Yeah,
or they would.
Wow.
I say I would normally. I was like, they would let me sit with them because I felt like I was like joining like a little club. I was like, this is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's a Spanish club.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it was fun though.
Did I ever tell you I joined the Spanish club? I didn't
That's
know.
disgusting.
No, was that like
Any
an
fucking
after
Spanish.
school thing?
I didn't even go to like one fucking meeting.
I was in the Latin club.
I like paid like $20 to like join that club.
Yeah, but you just sit in the class, or you didn't even go.
Yeah, I didn't even go
Oh.
to a fucking meeting. Like, I
Like-
just got a T-shirt that said "We are Juan Team." Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
That's so
I
stupid.
mean,
Do
like,
you still
what
have
they
it?
talk about,
Yes,
though.
I did. I can't remember. I think my ex probably fucking stole it. But was it? I know, like on the back of it, it said "We are Juan Team," like on the front, and then
That's-
on the back it said "In caso emergency, call 9 Juan." I was like, this is the cringiest shit
Oh
ever.
This
my
is
God,
the most
Stewart's
American.
Creek
This is the most
shit.
American like high school thing I've ever heard of.
I know,
The
and,
R
like,
one.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just like,
Ew.
dude, let me fucking in there and like design these T-shirts. I was like, I can't. I
Sewers
can't
Creek
stand
really wasn't a diverse school, was it?
it. It wasn't. It wasn't. You know, there was like a lot of. The thing is, it was like it was.
Because they made Smyrna seem like it was a very diverse school.
I wouldn't say so.
It wasn't okay. Stewart's Creek wasn't diverse, but the thing is, it was like it. It wasn't, you know, all the same. It was more of like, it was more okay. Instead of thinking of like diverse, it was like all very integrated. Like it was literally a big old fucking melting pot. Like
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
there was a bunch of different ethnicities,
Everybody was
but
like
you didn't
friends.
even tell.
Yeah,
You couldn't tell because like everybody was.
'cause everybody was
friends.
white at heart.
Yeah, yeah. At heart, everybody was
Yeah.
like purebred American.
Purebred American. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, there was, dude. There was like one dude. I remember. His name was Philip, and
Philippe.
yeah, I knew him.
Felipe?
I knew him. He was pretty cool. He was a pretty funny guy. But for our graduation day, he literally had the Mexican flag as like a cape. And
Wow, that's cool.
as he was like walking like across the stage, he fucking like wore that shit like a champ. And some girl posted him on her TikTok. She was just like, "Hey, so you know, recently like my little sister graduated or some shit," and and I seen this dude who was like, you know, rocking the Mexican flag. She was just like, "I appreciate you, you know, like we need to spread more awareness about like Mexican ethnicity."
Uh-huh.
I was like, it's not about spreading awareness. It's just pride, you know. I was like, he's proud of like being
Yeah, that's
Mexican.
good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it was good, but like, I don't know.
We need
some-
to send a message.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just like the whole like we need to send a message about Mexican.
Everybody needs to do this.
Yeah, and I was just like, no. I was like, he's just let him be proud of his own self, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but like, you don't have to like be like, oh, spread
Hater.
awareness,
Yeah.
you know? Because I mean, like, I wanted to
Like
put
it's good for him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's good for
It's
like
for
the
pride,
Mexican like community. You know,
basically.
not that it's bad. It just doesn't like.
yeah.
It's not as much as an impact on the entirety of the Mexican community as like
Yeah.
that woman was or person was putting it.
Oh, well, we shouldn't say Mexican. It should be like Latinx.
Latin.
Right?
I thought Latinx was something
Hispanic.
else.
I don't know.
No, Latinx is like.
Latin
'Cause
are
Latino
people who
and
are
Mexican-
born in Latin America.
Okay, but Latino and
His-
Mexican are not the same thing.
Latino.
Yeah, right.
So
Latino
there-
is like
there's a-
like Hispanic in general, as like a generalization.
Yes, and then I don't know because there's a lot of things because
So-
there's Latin America.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you were born in Latin America, you're Latin.
Mhm.
You're Latino.
Yeah.
But then like other people from like other parts of like other countries, they're like, well, you can't say that you're Latin or Latino because you weren't born in Latin America,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're
Hispanic.
Hispanic. But
Okay.
then Hispanics are mostly like for people, Mexican Americans, or like any type of like or first generation kids that were born here in America, basically. Because I guess I'm considered Mexican American.
Okay.
He's as well considered Mexican American, but to an extent because he's half white.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's the thing though. Is like I am the literal idea of Mexican
'Cause
American.
you're half.
She is like the general idea of Mexican American.
Yeah,
Like,
because you are a Mexican, but you're like an American.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
okay.
both
Yeah, I
of
see
my
what you
parents are Mexicans.
Uh huh.
I'm American, but I'm Mexican American because of my
Yeah,
parents.
you're just American because you're like born in America.
Yeah,
and
I
live
was
in
born
America.
here, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Mexican. But
Yeah.
there's
But
also
he's got
people.
the whole what's
like
it?
I am Mexican.
Yeah,
and
you're
I am
you're
American.
yeah you're
Yeah,
yeah
like,
exactly.
You're actual.
Genetically, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
genetically,
Uh-huh.
I am both. But
But
like,
people just take it too hard. They're like, no, you weren't born in Mexico, so you're not Mexican. So it's really hard whenever people are like, oh, what's your ethnicity? I don't know.
yeah.
Like, it's to a point where society has made us think, like, God, we don't know.
I don't know
we
what group am I a part
Yeah,
of? You
am
know,
I
who the
white?
fuck
In
knows?
school, they put us under the category white. And I'm like what? Like,
they
in
did?
in
Yeah.
my papers, like in school papers, tests and all that, I was considered white.
a lot of my like the midterm tests and like the finals and all that. Every single one of them, like they didn't have like they had like Hispanic, and then they had white.
Mm-hmm.
They had they had black.
Black, African American,
Yeah.
Asian,
Yeah.
Pacific, all that.
Yeah, and then
But
I
they
was
were
just like,
still considered as white.
where's like the like Mexican American like part of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just
Depends on which way you're feeling that day. If you feel more like an American or more like a Mexican.
Because they
Yeah,
still wouldn't consider
yeah.
us Hispanic.
and that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would fuck with them. I'd
Really?
like on like my midterm I would put like Mexican, and then like on my finals I would put American or I would put white.
By the time I got to the final, I was an American.
Yeah. And then like next year I do the same shit. I go back to Mexican and then I go to American. I just keep going back and forth.
Yeah, why does that shit even matter?
Yeah,
But-
it's fucking hilarious.
But it's like to the point now, whenever I'm filling out application or certain stuff, like,
Yeah.
it asks you, like,
Uh-huh.
why, like, it's to the point where I don't know. So I just put, like, I prefer not to answer because, like,
Mhm.
in the end, I don't
Mhm.
want anything based off of, like,
Yeah.
my
Recently
ethnicity, basically.
I've been putting either other or mixed. Because I mean technically yes, I am mixed.
Mhm.
You're a mixed
But-
breed.
But when people generally think of mixed, they think of black and white. They don't think of
Mhm.
anything else.
Yeah,
You know, and that's kind of
which
like
is just weird in itself.
yeah. Me personally, I
'Cause
think
you're-
it's like
you're
a
mixed.
sad truth.
Yeah.
You're a mixed kid.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I've tried explaining that to people. They're like, "No, you're just Mexican." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm literally mixed."
Yeah.
And like, and it's funny because like, it was like really weird because growing up, it was like, because you know how she makes like a lot of white jokes like pointing towards me,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's how like it was like with the entire like Hispanic group throughout like my age group.
Because you weren't considered like a purebred Hispanic.
Yeah, I
or
wasn't
something?
considered purebred
Yeah.
Hispanic, so they would make like white jokes towards me, and they'd be like, "Dude, he doesn't even fucking understand," you know.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like white people making like, "Oh, hey, SA, fucking beaner and shit," and I'm just like, "What
so
the
you're
fuck?"
Not, you're,
I'm
not,
like,
you're not part of either. It's so
"Yeah."
stupid, dude.
I know it kind of pissed me off, and then like
Yeah.
I would try and get in with like the mixed kids, and they're just like, "Bro, like if you ain't black, just don't even talk to me." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You're half." I'm like, we're in the same
Yeah, we're
boat
both
here.
mixed.
Yeah, I was like, we're in the same boat here, dude. Like, come on, fucking help a brother out, you know? I was like, well, not brother, because I mean, we're
Yeah.
not technically actually brothers.
Well, but if you're talking to someone mixed, then that means they're half white, right?
yeah.
So you're brothers in the white form.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're brothers in white form. Fuck yeah, fuck
It's
yeah.
like, imagine if you walked up
Unless
to
they're
a
Blasian.
black dude that was mixed, like half white, half black, and then you just
Mhm.
like only relate to like the white part. You're just like, hello, brother.
yeah.
How are you today?
Hello,
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
You know what? I always thought I never thought it was weird, but like I have noticed that like with a lot of like Blasian women, like black and Asian,
Okay. Yeah. yeah.
like with a lot of black and Asian women, they more so like look Asian, but it's just like I don't want to say personality, but it's more so of like how they grew up.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
it-
yeah.
it's kind of
Culture.
like it's kind of like like you know how people like always like generalize like you know like oh well why are you talking black and shit like that like
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
there's no like there's no like ethnicity like with how you talk
Yeah.
like there are white people who talk like that too
Definitely.
but the thing is though is like I mean if that's like a general idea of like what society is basing it off of like right now then I'll like use that term but yes like it's as if like it's as if like you take like your average black person who like you know who everyone kind of stereotypes as like talking in that type of form
Mm-hmm.
you know how do I say it like I don't want to say it in like a very rude way
Yeah.
you know like they just have that accent you know?
Yeah. I don't know how I would describe it either.
Yeah because I mean like I said I don't want to be rude about it you
Yeah.
know
Wouldn't
but
it be like southern?
I mean yeah like
a southern accent.
but the thing is it was
It's like Southern, like faster talking normally,
yeah because like
more free thinking, in my opinion.
yeah it's a lot more open
Yeah.
than a lot of like what was it
And like I can notice differences, you know, in it, and but like just because I'm noticing something that's different, like okay, I'm white, and I guess you could say that I talk white, but I don't know if I'd say that because like I don't even know how I would generalize like how a white person talks, but yeah. But I can notice how like a black dude talks, but like that's not how all black dude. That's just how this black guy's talking.
yeah
And it's just like
Mhm.
I guess you could say that like if I was gonna comment on like how would they talk, then I could like in a judgmental way, but that would mean that I would have to have pride about how I talk, which I really don't. I don't really care.
yeah
You know, I'm just noticing differences.
mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah
we
it's
can be very
just
different
a
like that.
generalized idea because the general majority kind of sound very similar
Yeah.
you know it's kind of like with Hispanics you know
Mhm.
with Hispanics a lot of them have like an accent with how
you
they
could
talk
tell the Mexican accident.
accidents
Oof.
Mexican accent, Salvadorian accent, Honduran accent, Venezuelan, or I don't know how
personally
to say
can't.
it.
She can
You can tell when you know when someone's Puerto Rican. You know when someone's Dominican.
okay that's different
You know when someone's Cuban.
I probably couldn't.
I could tell a Puerto Rican
I could probably notice a little difference, but I couldn't like name which one.
So because Puerto Ricans don't roll their R's.
yeah
Okay.
Or like any other Hispanic group, you say roll their R's, but to an extent.
yeah
Interesting.
So
that's what you got to look for
So I could have like 4 people in front of me, different countries. They can talk, and I could tell you from what category or close to their category is.
Mm-hmm.
Because Colombians and Cubans have like the same accent,
Mm-hmm.
but you could tell their wording is different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Salvadorians as well, accent is different and their wording is different. Mexicans as well. So it's like, because one thing that you could say in like not Mexican, but from Mexico.
how do you think about it it's like UK English and American English
Okay. Yeah. You can have different accents on it, but because I've never been fluent in Spanish, it would be hard for me to like distinguish the different accents.
me too I mean like that's the thing is like
It's like it's just one of those things like to the naked eye. You
For
know, like,
me-
I don't really know.
for me it's
exactly.
all about like one like how they portray themselves as like a person but also like either how fast they're talking or like the accent or the tone that they speak in. That's how I can tell.
Yeah.
Not by like pronunciation or anything like that. Because I mean, like that's how the typical like Hispanic community can tell each other apart, you know. But for me, I notice by
I
tone.
could tell a Cuban by a mile away. Like you could.
Before they even talk.
Cuban,
Yeah.
Cubans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cubans are.
Are they that different?
Yeah,
Huh.
they're very different. Didn't you say Joe was Cuban?
Yeah, Joe's Cuban. He's half
That-
Cuban.
That's the thing is I couldn't tell Joe was Cuban, but the thing is I was like,
Does he have like a Hispanic last name?
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Makes me think of fucking Rick Sanchez.
Rick Sanchez.
Because it's like Joe and then like Fernandez.
Yeah, Sif.
And then it's just like
Joe.
Rick. Like you never think of
Rick
like
is just a white name. you
yeah.
know?
Like you never think of Rick
Joe.
going with
Is Rick
Sanchez.
Hispanic?
Huh? I don't know.
Is Rick Hispanic though?
I don't know. Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Hispanic. But I mean, that's like if you use Rick as like a nickname.
I feel like, kind of how you were talking. I feel like there's not a whole lot of use for like boxing people into like kind of those categories,
Mm-hmm.
except for very like instinct. I don't know. Like it's useful like if you're like gonna point someone out.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's two Roberts I work with. One of them's white and like one of them's black. So if I'm
Mhm.
talking about the white one, I'm like, so white Robert, blah blah blah, or I'll just say something else. And then like if the black Robert needs him, I'm like, so black Robert needs this, you know. But it's not like
yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's like on a
Mhm.
very like there's you can't use it for like everything,
Mhm.
you know, like that. It's a very like limited box.
Mm-hmm. It's just for like in the
Any
heat
sort
the
of
fight.
any sort of like human connection. It's not like it's not useful
Mhm.
to view people in that way.
And that's like one thing that like I don't want to say makes me mad, but it kind of makes me confused. Like
Wait,
whenever
Daniel's
people,
Venezuelan, right?
Yeah, Daniel's
Daniel?
Venezuelan.
Yeah.
He.
Yeah, you could tell.
You could tell.
With
how he
Daniel, I can
talks.
tell.
I mean, I could tell he's not like.
I can tell by his skin tone.
I'm not Hispanic because I guess he's technically Hispanic. Is he
He's
Hispanic?
his. I think he was born in Venezuela.
Yeah, he was.
So basically not, but
Yeah.
yeah.
One of my childhood best friends is Venezuelan, and that's how I can tell a lot of Venezuelans
Mm.
apart.
No, you know a lot of Venezuelans are very light skinned, right?
I mean, his
Ha-
entire family is the same.
But
tone.
like I said,
and especially
mostly
Daniel.
mostly all Venezuelans are light skinned.
What?
And that's what a lot
Every
of Venezuelans.
Venezuelan I've met is dark.
Have you seen all the Venezuelans at work? They're
No.
all Venezuelans.
At my job?
Yeah.
They all like look dark. A lot of them.
But compared,
Oh, are you talking about the majority of them?
majority, they're all light
It's
skinned.
50-50.
Mm.
There's well, yes, there is a lot more light skin.
And they take pride of that, which,
Oh,
Of
yeah,
being
yeah.
light skinned?
yes.
Oh.
Because
that's
I mean
what-
that's where
That's why I'm not trying to say Mexicans don't like them, like Cubans and Venezuelans
yeah.
and Colombians because they're light skinned.
Because they judge the darker skinned?
Yes, and they take a lot of pride with having
Huh.
light skin too.
Mhm.
But I mean that's another topic.
dumb.
It just
It's-
depends
it's the
on
idea,
the person too.
It's like the traditional idea from like Europe that
Mhm.
like the lighter the skin, the more pure you
Yeah.
are, like in bloodline. And so that's where like a lot of Hispanics like still take pride in that because they're just
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm light skinned, like I can be one of the pure like prideful people, you know. And then like all the darker skins are just like, well, I mean, I'm fucking prideful, and then the light skins are like, no, shut the fuck up. You know,
Mhm.
you know, it's just like a constant like, you know, it's a continuous like European type mindset
Yeah.
that's like still stuck there. And for us, like we see it as like, oh, just general like, you know, black and white racism, you know,
Yeah,
segregation.
pretty much.
But the thing is, it was like with us, it's not like that because like we're completely different ethnicities. They're all the one same, like they're all technically the same ethnicity, like the entire.
It's just looks wise.
yeah, looks wise. There's like certain things that are just a
Yeah,
tad bit.
that's so
different.
weird
Yeah,
that there would be that like sense of pride.
yeah. You know, and that's one thing that I don't understand about like we can separate by like ethnicity, like yes,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like we should always consider ourselves as like the same species. Still.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we never like.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
do.
I think it makes more sense if you could group someone by their ethnicity because that has more to do with their culture versus. I
Mhm.
mean, the color of your skin doesn't really matter a whole lot for culture-wise.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because like you said, there's different variations of like Hispanic, like
Mhm.
skin tone. Like, there's a lot of them.
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
probably not for white
And the
people.
majority are like still the same like religion.
Yeah.
The majority are, you know, Catholic. And I mean, like the only difference is the fact of like the ancient tradition of being like, oh well, I'm light skinned, I'm pure. You know.
There was a case like a few months ago. Well, not a case. There was this one girl, like, it was like telenovelas type of stuff, and like gossip and all that.
Mhm.
She had she was topic for such a long time because she was the first Mexican dark-skinned woman to actually be like in a movie or TV show and start like was the main character
yeah.
because all the main characters are light skinned and she was the first
Okay.
one and she was the big talk for months
Mhm.
because she was the first dark skinned
Mhm.
Mexican to be like the main character
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And like it was like, you know, like a lot of people actually like were like, wow, like, you know, us darker skins can actually like we don't have to be light skinned to
Yeah.
do certain stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It
Because
felt like a win for you guys' community.
basically,
Kinda,
yes, for
yeah.
the darker skin people because like yeah, mostly all like shows, TV, movies, it's basically light skin.
Yeah.
mean, like-
Mexicans, Hispanics.
Yeah.
She's considered light skin.
I'm considered light skin.
Okay.
I'm considered dark skin.
Okay.
Because,
But-
like, if I show you a picture of my family, as in, like, me and my mom, my dad, and my siblings, I'm the lightest one
Oh,
within
really?
all four of them.
Huh.
Was it? The thing is, I was like, with me, my dark skin mostly comes out during the summertime because that's when I'm mostly out in the sun.
Yeah.
During the wintertime, I just turn yellow. I basically turn into a fucking Simpson character because what it is like it's really fucking weird. Like
Oh my
I get
God,
this.
whenever
Like,
we came back from California, prime.
I was so dark.
Oh,
I remember
was
that.
so
You had a
dark.
bunch
we were
of tan
both
lines.
dark.
Yeah. She got darker too. Yeah, definitely. She got.
Did you
sunburned all
try
over
to get
now.
darker or just kind of happened?
I get sunburned so easily. The
Yeah.
first day, my nose was bright red, like all right
Yeah,
here.
I had a sunburn all on my neck.
Yeah.
Cause
Damn.
she wouldn't fucking like let me pull my like shirt down.
It's
like
because
that.
he had a hickey. That's why.
Yeah, she gave me a hickey
Yeah.
on my fucking like chest, like right here,
Mm-hmm.
and my shirt was like super baggy from the night before, because like
Yeah.
I had worn it like the day before.
We slept in our clothes.
Yeah, we slept in our
basically.
clothes. Like woke
No
up and we were
shame.
just like, let's fucking head out.
I slept
you know?
in this.
Yeah, was it? And then
Kinda forgot
we
I was
just
wearing
fucking
this.
like left, you know. And so like the whole like neck of my shirt was like super fucking baggy, and
This is the last day that we were there.
what? Let me see.
Jeez. I'm looking at you, Karla. Oh, man. Wow. Damn, you guys' tans are crazy.
Let me see.
You've got the only tan I can
Oh,
see on
yeah.
you is like right here, but I can see her tans like on her eyes, like right there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, for her, it's because she was wearing her glasses. It was like,
Yeah, look how peeled my.
bruh.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It
let's
looks like
see.
you were wearing makeup.
Yeah.
And then like my nose.
Yeah, that was like the darkest I've ever seen her. But
I guess in situations like that though, when like you've got a community that feels like they haven't been spoken enough for, and then they get like a big role in something that's going out to the world, then it feels like a good win. But I feel like that mindset can be definitely taken like too far, and people don't like.
I know she got a
Don't
lot
wanna
of
look at
hate.
it. Really?
She got a lot of hate.
Just for being
Yeah.
dark skinned Mexican.
Yep.
Damn.
She got a lot of hate for that. And she taught like it was such a big thing. Like they had like, you know, she was interviewed and all that. And I didn't really watch it. My mom would tell me that she went through a lot within those
Yeah.
premierings and all that because she would get hate basically. But like in the end, she's like, well, I just gotta brush it off because if anyone else can do it, I can do it,
Mhm.
and anyone else can. So, and I was like, I mean, it's true, but it's just like what society thinks and all that, which really is like basically like messed up in a way.
Yeah.
That privilege is you can have privilege only if you have lighter skin,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
And that's how it's seen even here in America too.
Yeah.
with
definitely. I did not know what that was.
Yeah. Just me taking a nice sip of water.
Oh yeah, you're definitely lighter.
What's that?
Wow, it's her family.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's the lightest one
Huh,
out of all her
interesting.
family. Like they're all super dark. Was it No, like the majority of my dad's side of the family is like is dark. Um, I can say that like we've had some lighter people on my abuelita side, and they were the very like not bougie, but they acted like they were bougie.
Is it?
Bradley, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a cousin that she went to school with, and I don't know if you know him.
Bradley? No, I really doubt it.
Bradley.
Bradley.
It's a girl.
No, it's a dude.
It's Bradley.
He, what was his last name? I can't remember.
Diaz.
Diaz.
Maybe.
Bradley
Was it what?
Diaz.
Was he like your age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you graduated in 19, right?
It's because I graduated early.
Oh, okay. So you would have done it in 20. So she
20.
would have been a grade below me. I don't. The name sounds familiar. This was
Yeah.
a dude.
Yeah.
Huh. I might have known him. I don't know.
He was my cousin.
He's
He
still
was?
your cousin.
What happened to him?
stupid.
Fuck him.
He's still your cousin.
What did you do, Frankie?
Well, I mean, technically, yes, but
He's still
mean-
your cousin either ways, but they don't talk.
yeah, we
Okay.
don't talk to that side of the family no more.
Oh, okay.
Affairs. You
Oh,
know?
jeez.
Yeah. Basically, what happened is
Just long story short.
Yeah, long story short, his older brother did it with my mom, and
Slept
then
with your mom.
yeah, slept with my mom, and then
Oh my
yeah.
god.
While
And
your
that-
dad was out of.
oh yeah, my dad was in Mexico mourning for his dad's funeral,
Oh man.
and he came back. But that's the thing though, is my mom's not at complete fault because like literally right before my dad left for Mexico, he was like swooning over this girl that he was doing housework with.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, the thing is, I was like, my dad is not the best man in the world.
Yeah.
Like, he has his moments where you're just like, you know, oh shit, like, that's pretty cool, you know?
Mhm.
Like, thank you. But there are like his other moments where he, you know, can be a dick. And there was like one night where he was just like swooning over this girl that he was like working for, like working on her house.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, he was like telling my mom, like she gave my dad like his business card, and he was like stalking her Facebook, and he was just like, look at like how beautiful she
My
is, you
God.
know, like all that shit, like
Yeah,
talking about like
that's
how
really weird.
yeah. And my mom was just like, well, fuck off, you know, and like,
yeah.
and there was
It's
like
kind of hurtful.
yeah, and I don't know, it was just really crazy, and yeah, my biological abuelito died in Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
And my dad went to go like mourn for his like funeral and all that. And but before he left a fucking tape recorder, like the audio ones, recording in the living room. And he ended up recording one of my mom's conversations where she was talking about like what Brando had did, and like you know, where she was just like, you know, she was like, I feel like he's actually gonna treat me right, you know, like
Oh, jeez.
all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He was also your
he was my godfather.
godfather.
Yeah. I had gotten baptized. I want to say like either
Was it
in
in First Communion?
no. I had gotten baptized the year before.
Mm-hmm. By that guy?
Huh?
By that guy?
He's my godfather, so he was there for my he
Oh,
was there
okay.
for my baptism. But my aunt Daisy, she is my godmother,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever you know Bradley's older brother kind of like left the picture, we just kind of named my other uncle Carlos. We named him as my godfather,
Okay.
and he takes up the role really well, you know.
That's good.
Yeah. He takes it up better than Brando did.
Mm-hmm. Did you know your grandpa, your abuelito on your dad's side?
I never got to meet him. I
Oh.
never got to say anything to him, but my dad has told me stories. My dad has shown me pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like me and him would have gotten along if we spoke the same language and we got to meet each
yeah,
other.
he just spoke Spanish.
Yeah. He lived in Mexico,
Okay.
but my dad had told me a lot of stories about him, and he seems like a really great guy. You know, like he was an ROTC like I was. He was actually top of his class.
Okay.
And
Nice.
and not in the country, but like in the general area, like where he lived.
like the county or something.
Yeah, the county. He was like number 1 in the
Wow.
county in like
Yeah.
what was it? Raiders. It was like they had Raiders also for like
What's
their
Raiders?
ROTC. Raiders is like
So like the Marines for ROTC.
yeah,
Okay.
it like you do actual like. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Someone's
Oh.
screaming in the other room.
Was it? It's kind of like you get actual like military like type training, like workouts and shit like
Yeah.
that, and like a high school class, and that's basically it. That's Raiders, and you compete in competitions to like run over like, or to like go through
Obstacles and stuff.
yeah, obstacle
Yeah,
courses and all that, and you get awards for it and all that shit.
Mhm.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into that shit.
Yeah.
I
can
wanted to
imagine.
do Raiders, but I didn't make the physical cut. You remember seeing like all those old pictures of me, like whenever I was younger,
Yeah.
and how like a lot, how much more skinnier I was.
Yeah.
Like I was still considered overweight for Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
People had to be a lot more.
That's crazy.
People had to be a lot more lean and muscular to get through Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you had to do a lot more physical work. Like, I'm pretty sure you had to do like 100 push-ups in like 10 minutes as like the max. I think so.
That doesn't seem too hard. I mean, for
It-
me, like that's very hard. But I mean, like for someone who works out all the time, 100 push-ups in 10 minutes.
I think so. I think
That
so.
doesn't seem hard at all.
It doesn't seem hard at all, but that's because like, what was it? I can't remember if it was that exactly, but I do know that we had to do like a lot of push-ups
Mhm.
and
A lot
in
of
a cer-
pull-ups and sit-ups and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, in like short amount of time, or not too short, but like short enough to where it's
Mhm.
like if you're not physically fit, you won't be able to make it.
Physically fit by like our standards. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I definitely did not meet those standards, and yeah, so I didn't make Raiders, but I did want to, and because it seemed really fun, and they even had like a little fucking this little like foam skull that they put on like their flag. They had like a Raiders flag. They put like the foam skull on it. I can't remember what they called it, but it was like a fucking like tiki skull and it had like gemstones in the eyes. It was funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they gave it like some kind of fucking like weird like name. And I was just like, dude, really? They were like, yeah, he's our mascot. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, he owned a movie shop, kind of like
Really?
Blockbuster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whenever he lived down here, him and my abuelita, they owned that shop, and they would rent out movies. Yeah, yeah. They bought like a bunch of fucking movies, and they would like rent them out, and they made a decent amount of money. But was it? He ended up getting everybody like citizenships, and then
Wow.
he got deported back. So he got like everyone in my family like citizenships. Like on my dad's side,
Yeah.
and whenever he got,
residence.
huh?
Their residency.
Yeah, the residency, and then he got deported back.
Why did he
and
get deported back?
Because what was it? I can't remember. I think it was something like he got pulled over or something,
Mm.
and they asked to like see his license or something, and he didn't have it, and they were like, like they realized that he didn't have like enough paperwork to like classify himself as like a legal like citizen.
Okay, yeah.
So they just deported him back. I can't remember if that was the case or not. It's don't like quote me on this. Probably quote my dad. He'll know. But yeah, whenever he got sent back, I mean, it was kind of sad for my dad's side of the family. And then he met the grandfather I grew up with, which was his stepdad. And then he passed away like I want to say 2 years ago.
The stepdad?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
stepdad of your grandfather, right?
No, my dad's stepdad.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
basically, the grandfather I grew up with.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't call him my step grandfather or anything like that because of the fact that like I grew up thinking he was my actual grandfather
Mhm.
for years. I didn't even know I had a grandfather in Mexico. My dad never told me until like he died because of the fact that he was like, like, dude, like my dad fucking died, and then like I would finally told him like the actual story of like why he left because she
Mhm.
never told him. She was like, yeah, your dad just left,
Oh,
like he
yeah.
left us, And then she finally told him. She was just like, "Yep, he got deported, but he got us our residency, our citizenship, and everything." And my dad just kind of like felt heartbroken about that. And was it? That's why I am considered a junior, and I'm actually supposed to be a third. So
Oh.
my
Your
grandfather
grandfather's
who
name is
lived,
Franky?
my grandfather's name was Francisco Legardo. He was a
Really?
senior.
Wow.
My dad's name is Francisco Legardo Jr., and I am also
So you
Francisco
should be the
Legardo.
third.
Yes. But me and my dad are both
Both
juniors.
juniors?
Yeah.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys would get mail,
Huh?
right?
No, because on a lot of his citizen paperwork, it's Francisco Legardo Sr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have his other last name?
What? Oh yeah, Sanchez. My dad is Francisco Legardo Sanchez.
He's got two last names?
Yeah, because my abuelita's maiden name
Oh,
basically
yeah,
was
yeah.
Sanchez.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of Hispanic family use both of their last names.
Mm-hmm.
My parents didn't name me with my mom's maiden name, but my two younger brothers have her maiden name. So it's Navarro Velasquez. I'm just Navarro.
Yeah.
Why do they normally keep both names?
Just for I don't know.
It's
That's
more
how
of
it is over
it's more of
there in Mexico.
introductory reasons because
Okay.
it's just who's your mother?
Yeah,
and you're just
yeah.
like, oh well, my mom's you
You-
probably know
They
her
can
by
just figure out where you
so-and-so.
came from.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. Like
if
what
you're
family.
Over there,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
you say it, they say de la. So, so this is it starts with de la, but to introduce your name, a lot of what's her name?
Mm-hmm.
So they say
I don't know too much about
de
this.
la. How do they say it? So if I was in Mexico, how I will introduce myself is like, oh hey, my name is Karla de la. Let's say my last name is Rosas.
Mm-hmm.
De la Rosas. They're like, oh okay,
De la Cruz.
Which would be
De
your
la Cruz.
De La Cruz? That's
Yeah.
your other
No,
name?
no.
No,
That's
no,
how
no.
that's how they would say your name. So let's say my last
Okay.
name is Cruz.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh hey, my name is Karla de la Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh okay, nice to meet you. But over here we just say Cruz.
Yeah.
We don't have
So what's De La mean?
D.
Yeah.
The Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's because of
Karla of the Cruz.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Cruz family, gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's how it is
Interesting.
over there in Mexico. Like
Yeah.
you put de la.
That's cool. To me, that just makes it sound like they take a lot of
They take a lot of
pride
pride.
in family.
They
Mhm.
take
Right?
a lot of pride with men. Basically,
Mhm.
men have
The ownership of the
the
family,
ownership,
kind of. Yeah,
which
yeah.
is machismo, which a lot of Hispanic family run through that still. Which me personally, I don't like because that means the man is like over everyone in the house.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And the woman, so what the man does, it goes and works,
Yeah.
comes home,
Yeah.
and the woman should have everything done in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Shut up.
What's
And-
wrong with that?
And that's how a lot
Frankie's
of
just joking. I don't want you to get canceled.
it's
Dude, We're not
machismo.
popular enough to get canceled.
It's machismo,
True.
which is stupid in the end because I'm like,
I have some friends though from high school that got increasingly liberal, kind of woke in
Really?
the past. Yeah, kind of like college age now.
Yeah.
And if they'd be like, "Oh, fuck that guy he's on with,
yeah.
fucking misogynist,
Yeah.
mansplainer
Yeah.
piece of shit," you
Oh
know?
my gosh.
because that's how my mom grew up with
Yeah.
her parents.
Mhm.
My grandfather, he
He did
you-
all the work.
no, you do whatever he says,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you basically get beat.
Yeah. I see
So-
nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, but because I know, my grandmother, which is my mom's mom, she went through all that, and my grandfather, he was a he was an alcoholic. So he would get drunk, you know, hit the kids, which is my mom and her
Mhm.
siblings, my uncles.
She couldn't do anything. pretty much.
And like
Mhm.
he would hit my grandmother too because like, oh, you're not doing enough. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, and would hit her because and in the end, back then, like, you know,
Now it's a lot louder.
Yeah.
it didn't seem wrong, you know.
I just turned it
Yeah.
up. Oh my
For
god,
them.
it's so loud, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of like it. Ooh. Hello. Yeah. I mean, I can't hear myself now, but I can definitely hear
Whenever
you.
I edit it, I always turn it up a little bit because I'd rather it be quiet on here
Yeah.
and then I like turn it up later in editing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women were voiceless for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
some countries they still are.
See,
In the household way.
I think where women are like right now, it's perfectly fine, you know, and like the thing is, I was like, I feel like,
For some, I mean.
well, yeah, for some, but I feel like a lot of like women kind of like took it out of like hand, whenever it came to like certain things, like like whenever it became what I can't remember what it's called, but like whenever feminism like got really like big, and you were just like, oh well, can I open the door for you, ma'am? She was just like, I can do it myself,
Yeah.
and then like get pissed off for you being just polite, you know, like there were like
It's
women out
courteous.
there. Yeah.
Sometimes. Like I
Yeah.
remember, I don't know why I still remember this, but I remember I saw this tweet like 2 years ago. That was just like, it was I think it was a woman had posted something that was just like the rage I get when like I think it was talking about like maybe elementary school when the boys will like get the chairs for the girls, you know, sometimes. Did that ever happen to you? They'd be like the teacher would go like, all right, and like grab a few boys to like grab chairs for everybody. And they'd be like, but the woman was like complaining, going like, well, I can do it too.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's like, we're not really
Wait,
saying that you
what?
couldn't do it. It's like we're talking
it's
about how
not-
sometimes men being courteous towards another woman, like when they like open the door for someone and do like a like a little favor kind
Okay,
of.
okay.
A lot of
It-
a
it's
lot of
not
girls
like-
get butthurt.
Yeah.
they're like, I can do it
Kinda
too.
like
Yeah.
the opposite, like how I don't open the doors
Like-
for you, like whenever we get in my car. A lot of other
Fucking
women would
bitch.
fucking get pissed off.
Oh
about that
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like girls will just wait outside the passenger door until they
Yeah.
shit. It's
I don't-
either flip flop, you know,
Yeah.
like they'll wait outside until like you
gotta
open the door
just
for
gotta
them.
negotiate these things, and also it's just like
Yeah,
you don't
see
that way of thinking. It's like you have to
So,
like prove
like,
yourself almost.
me and
like,
him,
I can
whenever
do it
we
too
first went
type
out,
mentality.
like the first time we met, we went out and got something to eat.
Yeah.
I paid.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, and
She paid for everything.
my mom, whenever she heard that, she's like, "No, you don't pay."
Give him his money back.
Yeah,
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "No, he has to pay." And still till now, like we literally had a talk earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "He has to do everything for you. Like he has to buy you expensive gifts.
Yeah.
Like
what
he
the fuck?
and like
She was telling you that?
yes,
What
because
the
because of the gifts that I bought him.
She bought me
Yeah,
some
yeah.
expensive ass shit, and I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, it's
I'll
got
tell
me
you
scared.
after. Okay.
You motherfucker! You better text me it.
No. But she was like, "Don't be doing that." But
Yeah.
and
It's
I'm
not
like-
it's not the way you should act.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he should be the one buying you expensive gifts. Cause I'm like, but me and him go half and half sometimes when we go out to eat.
Yeah.
I pay sometimes, like you know. She's like, no,
Yeah.
he's the man of the relationship. He has to pay for everything. And I'm like, no, like I don't want that, you know.
Your mom
Yeah.
really feel that way?
It's that traditional mindset that like
yeah.
it's pretty much it's weird to even like not talk about it, but like the way we see it is just so different.
My
like
mom-
mostly our generation, we're just like
Yeah.
that's so weird.
Because
Why would they
whenever,
act like that?
Like, you know, we went out and I bought, like, you know, our stuff, right? Jasmine,
Yeah.
the one that we don't talk to.
yeah.
Yeah.
She got on to me. She's like, no, like, leave him. Why are you going to? He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have nothing. What is he going to provide you with?
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't gone out with him. Why are you going? What?
This isn't about you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, if you want someone to treat you like royalty, find someone who will, because, like, I don't care, you know,
Yeah.
if he buys me certain stuff or not. Like,
Yeah,
it's to a
yeah.
point where I'm like, I'm here because like our relationship, not because of what he can buy me or what he can provide me.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it'll be like providing for us, then yes, like, okay, like relaxes me as a person a little bit more because I know he'll take care of stuff. But in the end, like, shouldn't get comfortable and like I'm my own person and I can do certain stuff too,
Yeah.
But just the mindset that a lot of people have saying like, no, like the men he should do everything.
Traditionally, the man of the house was the one who would like go. I'm talking about like more ancient stuff, like they'd go and like hunt for like animals,
Yeah.
and they'd bring it back, and the woman would like
Cook it.
cook it, I guess, and like clean the house and take care of the kids, and some people are just hooked on that still,
Yeah.
which is it's understandable, not because that's what the roles should be, but it's understandable as to why they would want to like stick to something that has
genetically
worked
the roles
out
should be like that.
somewhat for like generations, because you don't want to like just you don't want to go crazy on it exactly, kind of like your mom, not your mom did, but like the opposite, and just like completely like destroy all of it, just go like, because then you have nothing left to go off of, like all that like ancient grounding that we have through like generations and stuff. But yeah, you gotta find a middle ground, I guess. You gotta like, you gotta negotiate it with your partner or whatever.
I mean, like, I see where you're coming from. Like, genetically, like, that's how it's. I mean, that's why men have testosterone and women have like what was it? What
Estrogen, right?
Estrogen.
Yeah.
Women have estrogen.
Yeah.
So estrogen
What the
kind of
fuck
like
is that?
it's what a lot of women have. It kind of boosts their sense of like motherlyhood.
The like maternal instinct.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like just feminism inside a woman.
Feminism.
Not feminism, but just like kind of like the general
The caring mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom told me, she told me, like I haven't told you, but my mom told me we had a talk last night, and
Uh-huh.
she told me, she was like, like, you don't have to stress out for his stuff that he has to do, because that's how I am. If I
She
know
stresses about me, and I'm just like, dude,
he doesn't stress about himself, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like
I'm very
always like,
easygoing. You already know me.
shut up. But for me, because I'm like, okay, like, he's got to do certain stuff. He has to pay certain stuff on time. If he doesn't, like, And my mom was like, you don't need to do that to him. If he wants,
Yeah,
basically,
he's a grown man.
he's a
type.
grown man. He could do, but I'm like, okay, but if we do get together and all that, it's going to affect me too. She's
Yeah.
like, but it's affecting you already, even though y'all aren't basically together. And I'm like, I mean, that's true. She's like, yeah, just let him, like, I mean, if he basically fucks up his, like, not life, but fucks up whatever he has in, like, payments and all that, well, that's on him because he should be more responsible.
Mm.
And because you're making him depend on you because later on in the future, y'all get together, he's going to depend on you. And he's not going to do it himself because he's like, oh, I have her to remind me. Oh, I have her to, to remind me to do things.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, like, just how, like, you ask me to remind you about certain things, I ask you to remind me about certain things. Like, there are things
But
that I
you
can
don't even
remember.
remind me. That's the thing. He
No,
doesn't.
yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'm the one remind. He's like, oh, remind me to call Jason after work. Okay, and I'm over here like, hey,
And then
have
I
you
do
called
it.
Jason?
I do it without you even. Don't you remember? I
It's
did it
nice to
without
have
you even
like
remind me.
that role sometimes, I guess, because you kind of
Yeah.
know exactly like
Yeah,
what you're
but
supposed to do.
as well, like not
Yeah.
depend too,
Yeah.
because I see like what my mom is saying too,
On the more,
and all that.
let me just say on the more so part of it. For me, whenever I announce to somebody like, "Hey, remind me to do something," it's more so like me talking to myself instead of me actually talking to the person. Because, like, like how I just said, like I told her one morning, I was just like, "Hey, remind me after work, call Jason," and she was like, "Okay, yeah." And like literally after work, I called you immediately, and then like I called her, and then she was just like, "Hey, call Jason." I was like, "I already called him." I was like, "I talked to him earlier," and she was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, but the thing is, it was like I just said, it's things like that, Now, if I'm like, hey, remind me to get gas, that
Yeah,
shit, I'm
yeah.
not gonna fucking remember because it's not something that is something that will take up a majority amount of time in my day. It's
He's
something
not
that'll take
very-
like 10 minutes.
How do you say it?
What?
You're not very observant with stuff.
Yeah,
I
see
feel
what
like
you
it.
mean.
And
I'm
slipped his mind
Yeah.
completely.
Hey, but luck always got my side.
Because look what happened. Does he know that you got pulled over?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he got pulled over, right?
Yeah.
He has 10 days to call, right?
I call him the 10th day.
Whenever I saw the
30 minutes
ticket,
before they close.
so whenever I saw the ticket, I told him, like,
Jesus,
hey, this
that's
says
funny.
that you have to call within 10 days. He's like, nah, no, you don't. Whatever, okay. Tuesday night, I looked at the ticket too, again, and I'm like, Franky, I'm like, it's 9 days. Have you called? He's like, no. I'm like, you gotta call. It says 10 days, or if not, it's gonna go onto your record.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'll call tomorrow. And I'm looking at the ticket because he didn't fucking look at it. And I see the date, and it says like his court date is December 11th.
Mm-hmm.
I go and check on it. It's on a Saturday. His
Okay.
court date.
They're not open on Saturdays.
They're not open on
What?
Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They're never open on Saturdays. They're not open on the weekends.
But see, like who brought it to your attention? What the fuck?
Anyways.
Because
but,
he's not observant with stuff.
but you want to hear something funny, though?
Sure.
So my mom had the same situation happen to her, and she called the court. She was just like, "Hey, so I'm looking at my ticket, and it says that I have court like on this Saturday." She was like, "What time do I come in?" And they were like, "We're closed." And she was like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of thought it was weird, but I was calling just to make sure." And she was like, "Hold on, let me check." She looked up my mom's name. Fuck out of here. That's my water. But she was like, "Yeah, I know. I thought it was kind of weird, but I wanted to call and make sure."
Mm-hmm.
And so the lady checks for my mom's name, and she was like, "Ma'am, you weren't even put like on any of our like listings." She was like, according to this, like your name has not been written up in any type of ticket like at all, like this past week. Look at her. And she was like, "Okay, so do I just not come into court?" She was just like, "Well, it's not been registered, so I mean, don't come into court."
Yeah.
And so my mom didn't. And
Then
It's
she got in
not on
trouble,
her
right?
record.
no.
Oh, she did. Oh,
It's
okay.
because it wasn't put in the system.
Yeah, it wasn't put in the system
Wow.
because they
What
put
the
it
fuck?
they put it on a weekend date.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
so-
their fuck up.
Yeah, it's careless.
They can't really do anything about it after that.
Uh-huh.
You know, because it's been more than like 48 hours. You know, like they have no like actual proof that something like that has happened at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just like, well, whatever. What?
But even after the 10th day, he still doesn't try and call.
I did call.
When?
I called on the 10th day.
I'm saying after the 10th day. So
I left
you
them
could,
a fucking message and they didn't reply
Well, that's
back.
why you gotta call them back again.
Why the fuck am I gonna call them back? I left them a whole ass fucking message. I called them like a solid 15 times.
His
Okay.
mom helped him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had her call.
Yeah, see?
Some of the times. But she was very backed up that day, so she called like within the last 30 minutes also. So
Mhm.
me and her were like spamming like their fucking inbox.
But
like
that's why I'm like, you still have to try to see if you do have to go to court or not.
that kind of pissed me
Yeah, you
off
gotta
because they
figure
don't.
this stuff
They
out.
Yeah,
don't.
because like, how are you gonna know? And then they're gonna blame it on you. Like, you never call. You're like, I left a voice. I didn't know anything because they could delete it. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, it kind of pissed me off because like I get it. It's the last 30 minutes of work, but it's still like 30 minutes of work.
Stop it.
Like whenever we're stop. Like whenever we're at Walmart, like we didn't just fucking walk away. Walk away.
Walk away.
We didn't-
I walked away from the phone at Olive Garden.
We didn't walk away for like the last 30 minutes of like work at Walmart.
Yeah.
And like I don't do that at my new job, you know. Like she probably did, but I don't know about her. But
Phone
I mean,
will
the thing
ring,
is, though,
pick
is
it
like
up, and
it's still work.
it.
Like you had 30 minutes to work. Like what are you gonna do to hide out for 30 minutes? And not only that, this is like a city like state job. You know,
She got spooked.
like this is like a city state job. Like you are dealing with like actual like criminal records. Is it Froylan?
That's Faith.
Oh, Froylan has been calling me like 3 times.
I mean,
bruh.
yeah, we got to go in a second, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's really hard to like for
Mhm.
us to like even visualize like past generations because we're so different from them.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like you can I think a big part of understanding like why the traditions were more like the way they were, like why a man was like the man of the house and women and stuff, and like just because I try to understand it doesn't mean that like agree with it, because I don't obviously agree with the whole like gender roles exactly. Like it can definitely be way more fluid, but
Yeah,
like
she was
it's hard to
talking
even
about,
think
I don't
about how like women didn't even have tampons until like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they were way more susceptible to germs, and they were supposed to be like they were felt like they had to be more preserved than men were.
Dude, we had fucking condoms. Like
They didn't have
made
condoms
out of
so that long
fucking
ago either.
No, we had condoms like a while back. Like they
But
were like
only
made
in
out
the
of
last
like
couple hundred
sheep.
years, maybe.
No, like made out of sheep intestines.
Oh,
Like, the
that's
fuck?
odd.
Yeah.
When
Like
was
they would
the
take like
first
the
condom
intent.
made?
Huh?
Oh, now I'm looking up when the first condom was made.
I can't remember. It was like a long, long fucking time ago. Like
That's
tribal
funny.
type shit. Long, long ago.
1855.
1855. What was that?
Me in December
Well, that's the
24th.
first rubber cotton, actually,
Indeed.
condom, not condom.
Yeah. Yeah, swear to God. That's me.
Lasting.
Anyway.
But like the world was like completely different. Like we didn't have like the technology that we do.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, like,
we didn't even have bathrooms until I don't know when bathrooms were invented, but we had the outhouse
yeah.
until like 500 years ago.
You had to
It's probably
pay
been
to
longer
use the
than that.
restroom in Mexico.
Yeah, you had to pay.
Really?
Because
What?
it was that technology was.
No,
fucking
you still have to
expensive.
pay right now.
Oh, you still have to?
Yeah, if you go to Mexico and you go to the park and you want to go to the bathroom, there's a lady outside saying like, you need to give me this, and gives you like 3 pieces of toilet paper.
What?
God.
You
the
have to
fuck?
carry around your toilet paper if you want to use.
Is that only because of the pandemic or no?
No, this was
It's been like that?
It's
'cause
always been
it's
like
'cause
this.
of the money stuff.
because
I
of money,
guess.
yeah.
Oh
And
my
people
God.
like whenever
And
they
3
have like
pieces of
flea
toilet paper?
markets, like because in Mexico you like a whole street can shut down so people can sell their stuff,
Yeah.
and people whose houses are like on that street and accessible to go into like right off the street, they'll open up their house. Well, they'll open up their bathroom and charge you to use their bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
Jeez.
and they'll give you like 3 pieces of toilet paper. Like, good luck with that.
Luckily, the U.S. has
What the
been like
fuck?
really good. I think there's like a federal some kind of enforcement on that. You have to have a public restroom, right? There's something like that that
think
comes from
so.
like a federal level that you have to have some sort of public restroom. In most places, I know some people get exceptions because there's some places that I go and I don't have a bathroom.
Yeah, like I
But-
don't have any type of plumbing.
Yeah,
running
stuff like
through,
that.
Like my thing.
But even then, plumbing's a good modern invention
Yeah,
that we take for granted.
I would think that's
That
my
faith again.
alarm.
yeah.
I would have thought
I
that.
don't know. I changed it.
me again?
Turn the phone around.
I mean, you should probably go. It's
Yeah.
10:50.
It is 10:50.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you gotta be home soon.
Oh, now he wants to like. Oh, you gotta be home at a certain time.
Anyways, you do.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well, after you drop me off, I might go out with Aranza. Or
what the
Danny.
fuck?
What?
The night is still young.
Say it like that,
Exactly.
bruh. She tried making me think that she was cheating the other
I
night.
know I was.
Fucking liar.
Wait, what?
No,
I-
I was.
I come home from where the fuck was I?
Here, stupid.
Here? Yeah, I came home from
Oh,
like the
okay.
pod. Okay, I haven't. Okay,
What? No, you gotta tell me. No,
I haven't
you
told
gotta-
you yet, but I almost fucking died that night.
What?
I was like driving home, like down Old
'cause
Nashville
you were
Highway.
Really tired.
Yes, I was
Dude.
driving down Old Nashville
Yeah.
Highway, and literally, like, I'm fucking falling asleep, and I'm literally trying so fucking hard to keep myself awake. I'm
This
rolling,
is why I worry about him.
I roll
I
down
worry about him.
windows.
He
I'm
doesn't care.
blaring fucking music. What do you mean I don't care? I was trying to stay alive. Okay. And so I'm like driving down the street, and like I start fucking falling asleep and like swerving into the other lane, and it got to a point where like I almost hit a fucking car. Like a car was coming
Jeez.
towards me, and
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
get back into my lane. And dude, I swear to fucking God, like I literally like had my eyes completely shut at one point. And I start swerving into the other lane, and I don't even notice. And something in my fucking head just goes like, "Wake up!" And I was like, "Okay, fine, I guess." And so I open my eyes, and I am literally like as I open my eyes, I am fucking going into like the side of the road. And you know how Old National Highway, it doesn't have like sidewalks. It has like the
Yeah.
divots,
Yeah, it's got
you know?
what's it called?
And then like trees
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this all along the side. And I am like facing this tree fucking head on. I fucking yank my steering wheel and like I'm about to start swerving. And then I don't know what the fuck it is, but like I have like hidden driving skills, I guess. Because
He
like
likes to fucking
no,
think that.
I don't think it like, oh, I'm the best fucking driver in the world.
Yes,
But
he
no,
does because he always told.
no,
Yeah.
but it's more
That was
like
me driving.
it's a joke. But
no, but
look,
still, you take it in
it's-
pride. You take it in pride.
it's mostly a fucking joke. But the thing is, I was like,
yeah, I'm a
the
good
thing is, I
driver.
was like, there are moments where like I will find myself in like fucking trouble where like I will almost fucking damage something. Like I can
know what
either,
you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like I don't know, it's like a sudden instinct just fucking kicks in, and I know like how to put myself back into like the perfect position, and that's why those streaks were on my windshield. Because I went to fucking turn. I mean, I didn't lie to you. I went to fucking turn my steering wheel, and my fingers go like on my windshield, and like this finger has been hurting for like the past few days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got in his car the next day. We go out, and like and I see like fingers on his side. I'm like, what are those finger marks? He was like, oh, I was just steering my steering wheel, and I had my fingers up too high. And I was like, what the fuck?
You must have been steering violently.
Literally, I'm like,
And I was it saved my life
Well, I'm
but
glad
see,
you're okay.
you don't tell me
because
this.
I know you were gonna get mad at me.
Well, of course I'm gonna get mad
But the
because
thing
I'm
is,
glad
I-
you're alive.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah. But the thing is, I was
Because I
like,
get on to him for that. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you know you're so tired, why stay out late?
Uh-huh.
You know?
I could have just crashed at Jason's house.
I offered you to that night, I think, or
I
one
think
of the
so.
nights.
It was one of the nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I see him, I'm like, dude, you look way too tired. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah. That is on my bad. But that's because you expect me to be home, and I know that if I spend the
I do
night here, I know that if I spend the night here and like I
Pick
wake
your
up the next
poison.
morning, huh?
Pick your poison.
Yeah. It's
You want
either
to die in a car
fucking-
accident or?
Yeah, die by car accident or
Carla's
die by
mad at
Karla,
you?
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Gotta pick it.
Anyway.
Car accident or Karla accident, you know? Like, which one?
Which one's better?
But no, yeah, that night she fucking made me think that she was cheating because I get home
wasn't.
after that traumatic event.
Well, that's on you,
After
bro.
that traumatic event, I like literally like walk inside my house and I'm like, I almost fucking died. And what the fuck? And then I like lay down in my bed, and you know I'm, bruh, and bruh.
Didn't even say anything.
Was it I lay in my bed and like yeah, I'm just like I almost fucking died. And I'm like calling her and she's not answering. I was like, okay. Wait like a solid like 20 minutes. I call her again, not answering.
Mm-hmm.
Wait like another 15 minutes, call her again, not answering. I'm like, what the fuck is
Well,
going
first
on?
of all, I was out, so I wasn't on my phone.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
usually have my phone on silent.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know she was out, so I was just like, what the fuck is she doing? You know?
And then some dude like texts you back and like, she's busy.
Her friend Aranza texted me. She was like, "Hey, do you know where Karla is?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Do you?" And she was like, "No, I've actually been trying to call her, like get a hold of her." I was like, "Really? What the fuck?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, I was actually about to check her location." I was like, I'm actually about to check her location. Let me see where she's at, and I'll let you know. She was like, okay. And I like look at her location. She's like driving down like fucking Seven Oaks and shit, like over there by the Publix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like trying to call her and like she won't answer. She won't
I
answer.
was looking at the new apartments, bro.
Anyways. And you know, I'm talking to her Ronza. I'm like, dude, like she's not fucking answering me. She was like, yeah, I know. She's not answering me either. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. Like if she wants to be, I was like, I feel like she's upset at me. I guess probably because I stayed out too late.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, I don't know why she would be upset at me though. LOL. I was like, I don't don't know either. Like, what the fuck? I was like, I understand like why she wouldn't talk to me if she's like upset, but like it's kind of weird like that she's not responding to you. That's what kind of got me fucking like, what the fuck,
Mhm.
And then she parks by like some fucking like apartment complex, like literally over there by like literally off of Old National Highway somewhere
Okay. Yeah,
down there. And she finally fucking answers the phone, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Where are you going?" I'm like,
I had Aranza in the car with me.
"Yeah, she had Aranza in the fucking car with her." And so I'm asking her, I'm like, "Where the fuck are you going?"
That's why my voice was like that, because we were trying so hard not to laugh. So I was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm
Yeah.
like looking at her, I'm like trying to, and I will mute you too, because like we wouldn't
hold
be
it.
able.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she will mute it, and we would be like like, bro, it was like 3 a.m, and we were literally right across from like an apartment. And like she was like, "Bro, we need to shut up," and all that. And he was like, "Hello."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
She
like-
would have it on mute, and it'd be like complete fucking silence. Because I would be like, "Where are you going?" And then it'd be like complete silence. And I'm like, "Hello, like where the fuck are you going?" And she was like, "Hello, hi." I'm like, "Where are you going?" And then she'd mute it again. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then she parks like at this fucking apartment complex. And I'm like, "Why are you parked at a apartment complex?" And she was just like, "I don't know, no reason." I was just
couldn't
like,
hold a conversation.
Yeah, I was like-
actually like have a conversation
like-
with him.
I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Okay, I'm gonna hang up." I was like, "Why?" And she was just like, "Cause I'm about to go home." I was like, "Why don't you just go home now, like with me on the phone?" I'm like, "What's wrong with?"
Getting kind of sus.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I kept asking her, I was like, "Karla, what's going on? Like, are you trying not to tell me something? Like, what's going on?" And like, I'm saying all this, like
You're
I
genuinely concerned.
yeah, and like I've told you about like my past relationship.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she would like fucking like go on those breaks and then like go date some other dude and then come back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought like
Who sanitized this?
my fucking mom's. So I genuinely thought that like instead of going like, "Hey, we need to take a break," she was just like cheating on me. So I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
But why was his first? Okay, I get it, I guess. But I'm
Oh,
like,
I get it, I guess.
but I'm
know?
like, still, like,
I was parked at some random apartment
I
complex,
wasn't parked
saying
at some random apartment complex.
it was Aranza's house.
It was Aranza's house.
Oh.
We were at her
But
apartment complex.
But I don't even know where the fuck Aranza lives.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was the thing. Like she has never told me. Like we've never gone to her house like together.
Mhm.
Like she has, but I haven't. Like I've never gone to her fucking house. So I'm just like, why the fuck are you at this place? Like why don't you just leave and go home now? And then out of nowhere, I just hear Aranza just go like, "Hey, Franky." I was like, "You motherfucker." And I just hang up. Like, I was just like, I'm done with this. It's 4 in the fucking morning.
Me and Aranza just look at each other. We bust out laughing. And then we finish off laughing. And then she's like, "All right, I think you need to call him." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll call him."
Bruh.
She's
And then
like, "All right, you have a good night." I was like, "You too."
she's like fucking spamming my phone. And then like, I'm over here like letting Miles in, like all frustrated and shit. I'm just like, get the fuck inside. Come on. It's cold. God damn it. I'm about fucking die. My girlfriend's cheating on me. And then, I'm telling him, like, get the fuck inside. And then, like, I get over to the phone and I see, like, she's calling for, like, the 15th time. And then, like, she calls again. I answer. And she was just like, "Hello?" I'm like, "Hey." She was just like, "Bruh, you're mad at me." Like, she's like, she's mad at me for being upset because she made me think that she was cheating on me. I was like, what the fuck?
That wasn't the intention.
What kind of woman logic is this?
That wasn't my intention. The thing, it was just like, just like to joke around with him.
Mhm.
But okay, his past and all that. He took it to a point where like he thought I was cheating. But that wasn't the point of it, you know?
Mhm.
I was just messing around with him.
Yeah, yeah.
But he just took it.
I mean, it got him on a bad night, first of all.
Yeah, with him almost crashing and him thinking that I went out cheating. Like, no. I was just trying to play it like a joke.
Spare expense.
Yeah. Save myself the fucking traumatic experience, you know? Traumatic, both of them on top of each other. And I was just like, like I almost fucking had a heart attack that night. Like my heart was like jumping out of like my lungs, like out of my throat. I was just like, I was like, oh my God. Like
when you get scared awake driving, it's not fun.
Huh?
When you get scared awake driving.
You turn down the volume.
Yeah.
And then drive in complete silence.
Sometimes it helps.
When you have like the music blaring and then something happens and you just like turn it on, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna keep driving home.
That's what the fuck happened. That's what the fucking like my music was playing and everything, and I just fucking I literally just like just drove the rest of the way home. I was just like, oh my fucking God. You know what's fucking weird is like whenever I like swerved off of the road and like whenever I finally like got my fucking car to like stop, I was like literally all I had to do was just like turn it left, and I was going down the road like Baker Road to go to my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like I stopped like right where I needed to turn, and I was just like,
seemed like the fates were telling you where to go.
Yeah, yeah.
When to wake up.
Yeah, they were like, oh, Franky, this is the fates talking. Let's take a shortcut through this tree, you know, and then you'll end up on Baker Road, like, you know, pretty quick, you know. You'll also end up to the end of your lifespan pretty quick too. But whatever you want to choose, shortcut, no lifespan, or you know, take the long way.
Karla unleashing her hate on you.
Yeah, Karla unleashing her fucking traumatic cheating experience.
Dude, you're gonna be late for the gym.
Oh my fucking God! Yeah, I know. Royland, oh my God, he's probably pissed at me. Yeah.
You want to end it?
Yeah, we'll end it here.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for listening.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, guys.